I'm just going to do a little short video right now. Well, for you it won't be short, but it won't be long in time. First one I want to say is the sun and the love both equal to 54 in the Twin Towers. Is that not correct? So we take the U and we've taken out of the word sun. We've taken love and put it down here. We've taken the S, put it in the beginning, so we're slowly loving you. Take the sun and now you're slowly loving you. Cat in the hat. Cat's in my mind. Do you know what, I came on here because I had a thought. And it's really a weird thought. Listen to this. They can put coloring in food that we eat. They put medication in pills that we take. But they can't take away the stain of a cigarette while you're smoking it. Before you smoke it, take away the stink and everything. So you put a little filter on the front of it. Now, isn't that a terrible video? This sucks. This sucks. This sucks. Lost part of my heart in this. I unrolled it to see if I won, and I didn't. I said shit. If I didn't even try, I wouldn't have to say shit. If I'd be saying shit, it's because I made a mistake and I wasn't thinking twice. I mean, you want to go concentrate? Go ahead. I mean, you want to concentrate to the truth. There's only one room you shut the door in. And that's when you go to the toilet. You shut the door, you don't let anybody in, you don't want to hear any noise, and you're like, I mean, besides sex, where's the next place you want to be? And after sex, you can't drain the vein. Everything's stuck. Hold on, honey. Oh, yeah, okay. Whew. Oh, wait a second. Everything's going to be fine after, right? You want a little Kleenex? Well, go do it in the bathroom. She said 2. I said 2. He says, the door's over there. She said 1. I said, the door's over there. But she said 3. I go, a threesome. I go, oh, the door's right over here. In fact, I'll give you my seat. Boy, how we change. How we sort of paint the picture. I guess we can leave it here just in case we feel like getting it later. Raphael 7286 in the constellation of Pegasus. There was so many little things I wanted to say. We did finish with this, right? Monopoly is inside of here. 27th letter is Y and N. NY. Maybe it has to do with something with the pony. 27th, center to center. Remove the 26 and put it inside the 27 to have 27 come alive. The doghouse has to come alive. So we have to remove a cube. When you move things, you minus things. How did I do this? Sun, S19, U21, N14. Now if we're going to go in numbers, this would be number 1. Okay? This would be number 1 in numbers. Okay? 1 and 9 is 109 is 10 and 9. 5 by 2, 52, the man of earth. And 9, 3 by 3 is earth is birth. 5 and 3 makes electric company. But when we turn this into 1, the 0 inside the 1 plus 9 equals to 10 and says I have in French, which is Roman numerals X1X, which is number 57, the number of the moon, or 13, 13, 13, connected by the 3 worlds. 3 by 19 is 57. Roman numeral 24, 48 minus 9 is 39, and 9 is 48, and 9 is 57. When you're adding and only plusing, the U, 21, which is 3 parts of a dice of the total sides of the dice that do not add up together, because this way and this way make the 4. The other one is up and down. They have to be minused. So although we have the U21, this would be the bottom half of the 7th inning stretch. 21 outs for the road team. That's how I know 7 innings by 3 is 21. How's my mathematics? And it goes even further and deeper. 21-12 is even a story inside. But the U and the S are the same numbers. 19, 21 are the same Roman numerals. Again, mentions the moon. S and U. The S has 2 sides and an opening and head tail where the entrance and exit, where the river doesn't know where it's going because it doesn't matter. The compression within this one side will push the river one way or the other way, but in all, it'll always be connected. And the U, there's your U inside of over here of Rubik's Cube. Put my hat on. I'll make my feet move, and my feet will move all the other things with 7, 8, and 9. 1776 connected to the moon, moving like the waves as your feet moves your body. So we end up with these numbers 39, 39, and N, which is the cross, which is the totality of the numbers on the French roulette. When you add up A until number 36 equals to 37, plus the single 0, which gives it the 37th number, which makes it now 38. Why do we do that? First and last, and then first and last again. So we get sun. X1, 55, center space. This is in the CFL, I guess this is played because of this, the 55 center line, and we're playing with Luna. The NFL most likely has to do with Mars and Saturn because this is 100% Luna, and this is man's mind. Where I said, and I explained this before, where man's mind pins up at 5 in his heart, where 7 shows the 7th gate of the 6, 7, and 8 card. The 6, 7, and 8 card, if it's not the center core, then it has to be the Mars moons as 2 is the beta world. 2 Venus beta Mars, 2 Mars Venus equals Saturn, and 2 Saturn Venus equals Neptune, 8, and equals JB. So now we want to go to love. But if we, first of all, let's finish this. Did you know this is the red sun? 19 red, 21 red, 14 red, 5, 3, electric company. But this one is now getting changed. 1 and 9 is 10. Now let's not talk about Joe, because this one automatically gets a 6. 10 becomes 16, brings the light. This S brings the light, 2 sides. You see that? Brings the light. Or it's inside the shaft of the creation of the shape, which brings the light, to 1 to 9, because it's the 2 tails, just like the ball spins around when you throw a spiral in football, if you want to look at it that way. So we end up with 7, 3, 5, Magnum. Sun becomes 7, 3, 5. If we want to talk about love, L and E, they're both red in roulette. L and E fits together at 64. The O goes together at 46. The O is black. The V is black. It becomes 66 in Roman numerals. The V says life. You light up my life, the evolution. 46, 64, 110, 110 of the Twin Towers, where 66 and 44 will still make the 110, and we use all the same numbers. East and west, Mars and Saturn. You can reflect with them because the body of man moves forward as 3 of the 7th way, which is his gateway. Is when man goes forward as 3, he pulls 7 along with him, his tail. That's what it shows up in low shu, which actually the continued rotation, which would be 3 man times 3 is 9, plus the area 4 is 13. Man would be 13. Now he has bar mitzvah. What I did is I multiplied the number by 3, and then I added what position it was in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I take that position because that number goes. Well, it's the number position. That's what goes. You have to know all the numbers. Then they go in order, and you know which way you're going and how it works. I'm just explaining how I see it. So the other number that makes you walk on top of yourself again, instead of 3 times, it's now 4 times. 4 times 3 is 12. 1 and 2 is 3. So 3 becomes 3. But now you add back the position, 4. Okay? So now you add back the position. So you end up with 4 plus 3. You equal to 7 now. So that becomes the 7th gateway. So now if you do the same thing with the 7th gateway, 4 by 7 is 28. Plus the area it's in, which is area 6. 6 and 28 is 34. 3 and 4 is 7. You have 757 running crisscross way this way. Did you understand what I did? I multiplied. I don't know if I have it in this book. And you know when you say, let's take it to the Abbey, let's take it to the Abbey. Well, here's your Abbey, your Y letter. You tell me anything you want to know about the Abbey, and we'll study. Here's the Y letter. Take it by the bay. Take it by the Abbey. 52 is Earth. 25, 625, which is man, which is Earth. Earth, Mayan time, 25, 625 is the secondary kind of time, starting not at the beginning, but a little bit further on. 295 years after the beginning of the Mayan time is when things began, 295. So for those who are looking for a number, study the 295, if I can remember it. Why? Because it's got to be 26, 625, 725, 825, and 825, and 920. Make it 295. 295, 529, whichever way you want to look at it. I've got so many things all over the place. Don't forget, if you complete this up here, this will be done down here. Reflection, your memory. Reflection of the memory. This is the cube. I don't know how that works. I can't explain it because I don't know. Okay, let me look at this. What do we see here? The letter E. See the letter E in black? Letter E in black. Then we ended up picking up this. Different flags. See the way the E creates the I? The way we cover the corners? The way there's a little... See, there's a hook over here, and this is hung up on the hook. The star is on the wall. Puff. It doesn't move. You take your scarf, you throw it on the hook, and that's what it looks like. You understand? That star is nothing but the background. Don't you know what it is, the stars of Hollywood? They put their fingerprint in it. Your print is already here. Did we talk about this at all? Hold'em, where you get a B card, okay? And then after that, on the table, you get C, D, E. You get A, B. Here you get C, D, E. Center C is where the game starts. So you get 2 in your hand and 5 on the table. So when you add them all up, 1, 2 cards, 3, 4, 5. When you get to 5, there's 3 on the table. The flop has come on. The E world is begin to bets with 3 flop. Then you get 6 for man, and then the 7th gateway. Who's going to tell the best story? The 7th gate. So when you add up 1 plus 2 is 3, plus 3 is 6. After you get your first 2 cards, you have an automatic 3. You have creation. Then they open 3 more cards. Boom, boom, boom. 3, 4, 5. 12 plus your 3 equals 15. The egg has been laid. 1 more card comes is 21. Now you have the cube of your mind. Then this would be the total cube of your mind, 6 sides, okay, and 21. 7 by 3, 21. Then you get the total cube, which becomes 28 equals to man. 28, the cycle of the moon, because your mind has gone all the way around, and you used your coins, your bets, to tell the story of what's going on. And those are the cards that you give out when you play Hold'em. If you want to talk about Pai Gow Poker or Omaha, in Omaha you get 4 cards. Each card is 1, 2, 3, 4. When you add them up, you have 10. You now have life. You have 10. You are getting 5 more cards. We're not talking about the cards they throw away, but you get 5 more cards. Once you get 10, the first 3 cards are opened. The first 3 cards are 4, 5, 6. You get the Federation. You get 15 plus the 10. That is X and O. To have the flop in Omaha, you now have a total of 7 cards. Totals 28. Now they have 2 more cards to go down. 28 plus 8 is 36. And the last card falls down. It will be a total of 9. You'll get a total of 45. The fox and the orange sun. That's what you get in Omaha. Now, you play high or low in Omaha. And what do you get? Do you get 54 cards or do you get 4 and 5 cards? Is it based on how you win? Which cards come in calls the low sun, and which sun comes in to call the high sun? So these would be these 2 games. But the minimum is 2 players. Otherwise, there is a winner and a result. We want to talk up to the result and before the results. Because if you were just playing 1 and 1, you would each have 2 cards. 3 and 3 is 6. When these cards fall down, these are house cards. They get split. But each one will count the number in their own head. So this one will be 3, 4, and 5 is 12, and he gets 12. That's the 24 hours on the clock for the 3 creation. And the same goes for the next card, and the same goes for the next card. This would be Texas Hold'em. And since time is always clicking, moving, and moving, until you make your next thought, you'll never know if you win or you don't win. Because it's your next thought. How can you know something that hasn't happened yet when you haven't made the thought? So if he gets the 7 cards, be 28, 28, a total of 56. Now we've got 2 moons. Mars is out for war. Now we know it's the moons on Mars, and I always thought it was Mars moons that causes the war, because it's the Mars moons that connects you to you. Connects you to the other world. You have to go around. You can't just go to yourself. You got to go up to the main frame. It goes into mainframe somehow. I don't know how it works. I just know there's 2 moons. This becomes 28 and 28. 28 days to time heaven. And whoever wins the money gets the sun. The money is the sun. Try and find a word for money, and you'll know what it means. And then you got poker. Now, I'm not going to get into that right now. Just going to see if there was anything else. Monopoly, Vermont, Oriental, Connecticut. States, Charles, Virginia, 911 corner. Marvin Gardens, Ventnor, Atlantic, Pacific, North Carolina, Pennsylvania, 911 corner, but this one is a little bit different. This is the world we come into. This is the 20 world we enter. It takes 30 from go and 10 from go to get there. 10 to the right, 30 around, fall inside of here. Once you fall inside of here, okay, you have 9 and you have 11. You become number 10 because you went to jail, and you're coming out right over here. States, Charles, Virginia, Kentucky, all the way to Obama. That's right. Did you know 26, this 26 property, letter Z, and the letter N, which look the same, that in Monopoly are B and O, Barack Obama, and their N and Z go to the same, and they go to the center of the Rubik's Cube, and number 14 meets the N neutral at Rubik's Cube, where it's the bottom part of 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 in the alphabet, in which maybe we split the cubes in half, or we play from 2 levels here and 1 level there, because what do? We space out the cubes, and we have a roof here and a roof here, so we have 2 roofs for the level in the center. So we count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then we turn it upside down, we count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Or from the bottom, they count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 up, and we count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 down. So the bottom stays the same number because it's the second row to each side, if you follow what I'm saying. So now that we're going around and I was talking, the H and the I, okay, would be Vermont and Connecticut. The H and the I. So the question is, H and I is actually 1. So you're actually like near Tennessee, because H and I are 1 whole letter tilted to the side. The same thing with N and Z, which gets you to Barack Obama, the N and Z. Why? Not because you move 14. You need to move 14 from the right. You need to move 26 the other way. Although it's only 25 on the dice, it's 26 from go. You go from home, you go to the doghouse. So B and O rail, that is the distance. I'm just going to see, there's one other little thing I wanted to mention. There was something missing. I was talking about these letters here. 14 and 15, the first part of pi. 9, 2, okay, Q. You see the part of Q that sticks out the tail? Do you know why the tail sticks out? Because if that was the 9 corner, and the 9's not plain all over here, it gets cut in half and gets flipped over into the middle here. 9, they cut the corner in half, and they flip it into the center. There's a little bit of a space in the center. You flip it that way, half gets taken, half doesn't get taken. I don't know how it works. If you were right here, if someone was here right now, I can explain it exactly. I'd say push it this way, no way, and explain word for word, but then we'd be sitting here for hours and hours here, but I can't sit on this thing and do it hours and hours there. The jail for 1. 41, from the middle of the first one to the middle of the next one, 41. It takes 27. There's 27 on here. 1, 2, 3 rows of 9. No matter how you look at it, it's 3 rows of 9. Although there's not 27, there's only 26. But spaces, there are 27 spaces. But there's 26 cubes. Actually, there's 26 cubes. But there's also 1 spindle of 6 handles. 1 spindle of 6. Area 14, that would be the 14 ball green with the 6 ball. 27 red. Anyways, what else was there in here? I wanted to just go back that L equals 64, O equals 46, and V equals 66. And this is all part of LOVE. At the same time, it equals 77 in Roman numeral count. the long count, 17.6, 176. This is Pluto. When I count it into small numbers, this becomes Pluto. It all seems like man is the only... You know what I keep seeing? Man is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No, man is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9. But not 7 and not 8. He's his own gateway, and he's his own heaven. But it's only half he can get. He only can get half. And he's not all his life, he's only part. But he's all of the life. But he's only pieces and parts that come together, and this becomes Pluto life. And this is the same thing with love. 66, 46, 22, 42, the number to the universe. X11. You know, anyways, we did this already. XX1 and XX1, same results. Except in here I made a mistake. This is not 39 over here. That's wrong. See, it's the same things. This is 66. This is 66. Why is it 66? Because this is U21. Where else did I get that? Yeah, I got it over here. U21, right? But I got 66 on this one. Why? Why did I get 66 on this one? No, it's 57. There is nothing else. This is the totality. This is a 1 minus. This is the same. So it becomes 39 and 57. 7 and 9 is 16. 1 and 6 is 7. And 8. You get 8 and 7. The SU is part of your mind, the seventh gate into your mind, connecting you to Mars. This is the passage roadway, the N. This is the... how can I say exactly? 55. 7 times 6, 7 plus 6 equals 42 and 13. Maybe it equals to... I'd have to be able to design this. I need to know. What is that 55? We're in the middle of the field. In football, there's 55 yards and 55 yards. In Canadian football is 110. Maybe I had the plug-in. Maybe that's what it is. It becomes 25 and 10. When you calculate it, is 35, and that becomes electric company. Maybe it's the 110 volts that we get plugged in with, because that's what it says. It seems like center field plugs you up to two sides. Because where do you want to bring the plug? Bring it to center field and let it go. It'll go all the way around, just like in Tron. Raphael 7286. Just loving you and just loving it. Did we do sex on this one? Didn't do sex in this one, right? Very important that when you have sex, I mean, for me, that I look at the other person and I go, is it good? Is it fun? Are we having fun yet? Maybe we can start talking about letters and numbers, and every movement we make, it'll be just another letter. Oh my God, I just opened up a can of worms, right? Like, I couldn't see it any better than that. And then you always want her to be your best friend. Well, it could be a he, but not for me, but that's okay. And if she's got to be your best friend. I mean, but then who do you talk to when you got a problem? Because your best friend would be your only problem. It should be your only care. It should be like your left leg. Why would we need a partner? Maybe that's the question. Why do we need a partner in life? Let's say we get all the sex we want and it's with the same person all your life, or different people, right? Let's say it's a whole bunch of different people. So, I mean, come on. You're going to always ask, well, was I good for her? Was I not? You're always going to ask that question somewhere down the line, and even when you're somebody, you're always going to ask that question, but at least you'll be able to ask and speak to an honest person with the way they feel. And if the two people just turn and don't think the same way, then, hey, man, you can't be together anymore. But can you work it out? Can you work it out? You see the way sex became a problem now because some other things aren't working? So sex really was never the problem, but now you don't really want to have the sex anymore because somehow between the two there is a problem? See how technical it seems to get? Raphael 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus. Just remember, States, Charles, Virginia. Pacific, North Carolina, Pennsylvania. Do you know what the Purple Heart is all about? What colors does it take? What happens in Monopoly? What does the letter count say? And what do you think about it? Because it always matters. Raphael 7286 in the constellation of Pegasus. See you later.